I want you to eat. Moshe no coming? Huh? No, don't drink that. It's terrible. Okay. Okay. We have two sponsors for today. Sponsor number one, Yair. Yair. This shi'ud should be for the Ilui Neshama of, what's your grandma's name, Yair? Rachel? Uh-oh. Rachel. How do you do this? Up in. Hold on, this thing comes off. Rachel bat Saadia ben Naomi Shah. That's the Sha'ir. אלוהי נשמתו של חיים בן Victoria Aquin. Today is the Yotzak. Today's Azkara. Also today is her Azkara, Rachel. And also for a girl who was in a car accident.
Oh yeah.
So, Yoshua, Shamata on this. There was a girl in a car accident. Her name is Ruth Batsheva Bat Rivka. She should have a Shalema. Simcha Bat Malka. Too many people need a Shalema. Yosef ben Simcha. Too many people. Abraham ben Golda. Everyone needs a Shalema. We're going to start now. We have a brand new Masechet berachot. This thing is pointing to the sky, but I don't want to mess with it. Masechet berachot. Amen. I want to get started now. This is the best Masechet. I know. You have the right package. Don't worry. This is the best Masechet berachot. It's going to be halachot, that's ma'aseh. But I want to start. It's a build. You have to build. So today we're going to start talking about nashim and ketanim, women and children. Their hiyuv with the mitzvot and how that it affects us, and we'll build on it, and next week build on it even more and get some halacha l'ma'aseh. Yeah, you have the right package. And so I work very hard to make sure I think about it before the shiur. Which Gemara can I give you first to make it the easiest to understand? And so that's why you have Kiddushin first. And so you're very welcome. So let's start with Kiddushin. Kiddushin, daf lamed al aleph, if it's under red. Misvat aseh she'azman gerama nashim piturot. We all know this. If there's a time-bound misvat aseh she'azman gerama, the women do not have to do it. Okay? Minala. If they want to do it. Okay, so Ezra is saying, Yesh Nashim. We all know who is, Yonatan and Yani, we all know who he's talking about. Yesh Nashim. His wife. His wife is a rabbi.
You remember when we talked about the Megillah?
Yeah.
And we talked about it.
So if a woman,
because the one in the
what's the magic word in Hebrew? Magic words in Hebrew. No, the Gemara's words we said. Remember? Af hen hayu be'oto hanes. Those are the words. We say this by Yoshua. When we say af hen hayu be'oto hanes, we say it by Megillah. We say it by. But Megillah Bepunim, we also say it by Hanukkah. One more time. Yeah, one more time. Pesach. Beautiful. We did this. Ken. We have the klal, the rule. Nashim piturot. Nashim do not have to keep time-bound mitzvot, except for certain situations. Now, Ezra is saying he's going like 15 steps all the way to the end. He wants to know, what if they want to do it anyway?
So mitzvah aseh, not mitzvah.
Mitzvah aseh. Yeah, mitzvah lo ta'aseh. Everyone has to keep lo ta'aseh. Everyone. You cannot go eat non-kosher just because you're a woman. And your whole life, you're never going to be exempt from mitzvah lo ta'aseh. If someone's an onan, God forbid, someone passes away, they have to still keep the mitzvot lo ta'aseh.
The food.
Yeah. Sheva al ta'aseh. Just sit down. Yeah. Okay. So like Michal Bat Shaul did it. Okay. So Ezra is going 15 steps ahead. The Mahloket Ashkenazim and Sfaradim, which we'll get to in a few weeks. But the basic is the Ashkenazim hold. If they want to do it, they could do it with the beracha. Now, we hold, how could they say Asher Kiddishanu? Visivano. Where did Hashem command you to shake lulav etrog? And so, how could you say this? So we hold the women cannot make the beracha. They want to do it. They want to shake lulav etrog. Faddal, shake lulav etrog. You want to do it, do it. But to make a beracha, shake kiddushanu visivano. When did Hashem command you to do it? You can't make beracha. We hold. Now, I always say this in every shiur, especially to the ladies. I tell them, my sister in school, Sephardic school, Syrian school, she grew up saying Yishtabah with the beracha, Baruch She'amar. I said, hey, you can't say the beracha, Baruch She'amar. You're a woman, you don't have a chiyuv to say Baruch She'amar Yishtabah. She said, no, my Mora said, your Mora, tell your Mora it's the wrong halacha. Your Mora is teaching you Ashkenaz halacha, you're Sfaradia. Women do not say Baruch She'amar with beracha, Yishtabah with beracha. Only the Amidah, and that's what we're going to talk about now. Yeah. Yeah, they came to us. Remember, we were in Hershey Park. We were in Hershey Park, Pennsylvania, one time for Sukkot. There's women coming over, like Chabad tefillin. They want to sit. I said to her, no, my wife can make beracha. No, and neither can you. I told her, no beracha. But we're Sfaradim. We have to remember we are Sfaradim. We have to teach our kids the way. That's why it hurt me.
I'm going to say without Hashem's name also.
Without Hashem's name. You want to say Baruch She'amar, Baruch Atah Melech Ne'olam, Faddal, do that. It's the Ashkenazim. They hold that you can do it. We'll get to there. Ashkenazim. Chabad say beracha. Beta. Yeah. Lulav etrog for sure.
Continue.
Those are the ladies walking around. Yeah. Okay, let's go together. We're going to build now from the bottom. How do we know this halacha? Everybody knows this halacha. If it's a time-bound mitzvah, nashim don't have to do it. Where does it say in the Torah? Where in the Torah does it say, mitzvah says, shazman girama? You don't have to do it, ladies. Where does it say this? You have to. That's a logic. But if Hashem said, Hashem commanded us to do something, how do they not do it? Where's the exemption? Should we take a break so you guys can get some food? I think we should. You want to take a few minutes? Can I pause this? Take 2 minutes. Oh, you want to bring it to the table? Maybe bring it to the table. Yair. Let's bring the food to the table. Yeah. Okay. This way there's no distraction. Okay. So we're going to find the source. So Kiddushin can. Okay. So then fine, take a 2-minute break. Everyone get your plate and do that way. I don't want to make everyone sit here hungry. It's in 8:30 at night. Liron, thank you for hooking us up week after week with your burger bar. By the kotel. Yeah, the kotel ladies. Yoshua. Everybody wants to be the other person. Everybody always wants to be the other person. Yoshua, hospital. Oh, nafal, Ken? Wow. I don't want anybody to get hurt, but listen to this. Yoshua. Yoshua, you listen to the chokhmah of the Hachamim Shelanu. They say, what's better, Gadol ha-mitzuveh ve'oseh or eno mitzuveh ve'oseh? Mitzuveh ve'oseh. Why? Human psychology. Gadol ha-mitzuveh ve'oseh yoter mish eno mitzuveh. Why? If I volunteer, let's say my wife, she decides to make you a delicious dinner. She brings her own food. Would you be grateful? Now your wife does it. Would you be as grateful? Who would you be? Wow. Well, which one is more wow? Your wife making you dinner or my wife making you dinner? My wife making you dinner. She doesn't have to do it. We're wired in our psychology that the volunteer is always the best. This guy's the volunteer. The anonymous volunteer. We love the volunteers. But now our Torah Kedusha. Volunteer is good, but our Torah tells us no, gadol ha-mitzuveh. You know why? Because when your wife tells you, hey, Leon, put the garbage in the garbage outside, even if you were going to do it 1 second ago, I don't want to do it anymore now because you told me to do it. Why did you have to tell me like that? And so I don't want to be told what to do. We don't want to be told what to do. And so therefore, gadol ha-mitzuveh v'aseh. And so these ladies, they want to be men because it's a volunteer. Everyone loves to be a volunteer. But when the men don't want to put tefillin,
always, that's why.
because they don't have to. The second you told them, ladies, from now on, you're obligated to put tefillin every single day. You're not going to want to, no one's going to do it anymore. Only because it's volunteer they want to do it. There's no yetzer hara. Okay. Yeah. From now on, you have to. That's the only is. From now on, you have to go every single day. Now they don't want to do it anymore. Yeah, exactly. That's the way it works. That's the chachma, the hachamim. Yes, the olam hafuch. Okay, ready? Let's find the mekor, rabotai. What is the source for this halakha? Uncle Jack, you want a plate? He'll make you a plate. David, make Uncle Jack a plate. Sit down. Uncle Jack, take a seat. All right. Let's look inside, guys. How do you know that Nashim are Piturot? Where does it say in the Torah? Nashim Piturot is Mangerama. So the Gemara says, Gamad mitifilin. We learn it from tefillin. Just like they're patur from tefillin, so too they're patur from all mitzvot of the Gerama. Why tefillin? As she says. Tefillin is a mitzvot aseh she'azman gerama. She'azman gerama, tefillin. Why? We don't wear tefillin at night, and we don't wear tefillin on Shabbat. And so it's time bound. Tefillin is not always, and so just like women don't put tefillin, must be anything like tefillin, they shouldn't do as well. Anything time bound. Great question. If we don't address it by the end of today's class, please remind me, okay? We should get it naturally. So the Gemara says, Gemara tefillin, ma tefillin nashim piturot, av kol mitzvot aseh she'azman gerama nashim piturot. Just like tefillin, everything. And what's the next logical question, Yani? What's the logical question? How do you know tefillin they don't have to? Who said tefillin they don't? Maybe women should have to put tefillin, like Yeshua is saying. Maybe women should put tefillin. How do you know tefillin they don't have to? Utfillin gamar la mitalmud Torah. Oh no, tefillin we learned from Torah. Women don't have to learn Torah. So if they don't have to learn Torah, must be they don't have to wear tefillin. And if they don't have to wear tefillin, must be all mitzvot aseh she'azman gerama they don't have to do.
They have to learn Torah.
Now, how do you know women don't have to learn Torah?
They have to learn Torah.
Do they?
They have to learn
They have to learn things that are obligated, that they're obligated in. But we have a mitzvot aseh ve'agita bo yom v'layla. We have to learn. So now we need Rashi. The first Rashi that I put in the red underline, Gamiri mi Talmud Torah. We learn it from Talmud Torah. Women don't have a chiyuv to learn Torah. Now, my father-in-law is saying, yes, women have to learn halachot that are nogea to them. Yes, everyone has to learn halachot. But stam Torah, women don't have a mitzvah to learn outside of the halachot. Says Rashi, the itkush lehadadi Talmud Torah and mezuzah. Talmud Torah and tefillin is right next to each other in the pasuk. Look at Shema. It says, "V'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam," which is Talmud Torah teaching them. "V'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha bebetecha u'mlechtecha b'derech." This is all Torah. You have to learn Torah when you're walking, traveling, when you're home, when you're sitting, when you're sleeping, when you're up. You have to learn. Next pasuk. You have to tie them onto your hands. Also, the next pasuk from Torah is tefillin. Now, Torah they don't have to learn, and since the Torah put tefillin and Torah next to each other, must be also tefillin they don't have to do. This is the Gemara's logic. Ma Talmud Torah nashim piturot Rashi. Just like Talmud Torah, nashim are piturot. They don't have to learn Torah. Why? Dichtiv v'shinantam Ezra v'shinantam levanecha. It doesn't say v'libnotecha. You should teach your sons, not your daughters. V'libnotecha. They are important, definitely important. They have to learn their own halachot. We have to, Ezra. We have to understand. This only shows you. No, Ezra. This has to show you how much of a chiyuv you have to study Torah. That's a good question. The banecha could be everything. This is how we know they're patur from Torah. Yeah, that's another one. If it wanted to, it could have said that. Berot out. That's a good one. Very good. Very good. What is Yeshua saying? Yeah. They have to know their things. No, they have to know their halachot. But they don't have to sit and have the mitzvah of Talmud Torah. Ezra, we have a be'agita bo yomam v'layla. Imecha, that's the Shema B'ni Musar Abicha. Torah Imecha is not necessarily Torah. Not necessarily Torah. Torah Imecha could be better, for sure. Well, first of all, hold on, Ezra. First of all, Hacham Ezra. How many of the 10 commandments were misvat aseh? How many of the 10 commandments were misvat aseh versus misvat lo ta'aseh? Lo ta'aseh, they have to hear. Lo tidsah is for everyone, even women. Lo tignov, everyone. Lo tahmod, everyone. Shabbat, everyone. Okay? Lo ta'aseh d'chad fesel, everyone. Most of the 10 commandments is lo ta'aseh. Okay. Kareh dabicha ve'etimecha also is on the women. Okay. So therefore we have a double hekesh. First we say it starts with Torah. Women are patur from Torah because it says v'shenantam levanecha. And the next pasuk is ukshatam lo tayadecha. Must be the guys who learn Torah are the guys who wear tefillin. And so the women therefore don't have to put tefillin. And now they don't put tefillin. We say tefillin is a mitzvah that happens only in the daytime. And so therefore any other mitzvah that's zman gerama, piturot. That's how it works. 1, 2, 3 connection to make nashim zman gerama. Pasuk, the Gemara says, "V'nakish tefillin mezuzah." Hold on a second. It says in Shema Yisrael. What's the next pasuk? Uchtaftam al mezuzah petecha mish'arecha. Mezuzah, a woman living in a house with no man, she has to put mezuzah. Yes. So why can't you have the other way? Say just like mezuzah, they have women are hayavot. So too in tefillin, women have to put it. Why don't we have the other? We only know this because of the hekesh, because the pasukim are next to each other. I have also pasukim next to each other, mezuzah and tefillin. Exactly. It's a choba al habayit. That's a very lumdish. That's a good question. That's a good shot. So he's saying there's two types of mitzvot: chobat aguf, chobat gavra they call it, and the hifsa of mitzvah. He's saying the mitzvah is a choba on the bite, not on you. Maybe it's a good idea. Maybe it's a good concept, but maybe not. She has to do it. And so the question here is, maybe this mezuzah should uproot this whole concept that the piturot from Zman Gerama, because mezuzah is written right next to tefillin. So just like they have to do mezuzah, they should have to wear tefillin, and therefore the ladies by the kotel, leave them alone. Maybe. The Gemara says no.
On the mezuzah is on a room, not on the.
That's
bayit.
Yeshua.
No, he said on a bayit. Like this room needs mezuzah.
It's on you're splitting hairs here. It's on a house that has a room. That's a sha'ad actually, a gate. Even with this logic, you can still say it's a chobat gavra. It's an obligation on you when you're in this situation. You have a house to put mezuzah. And so the question is, which way are we learning? Torah to tefillin or mezuzah to tefillin? If you learn Torah to tefillin, women are exempt from all mitzvot like tefillin. If you learn from mezuzah to tefillin, women are obligated in all the mitzvot. Why are you choosing one, not the other? They're both written the same thing. Shema Yisrael has everything. Tefillin, mezuzah, everything. So the Gemara says a very simple answer. The Gemara says, Tefillin Talmud Torah itkesh ben beparasha rishona ben beparasha sheniya. No, don't forget, in Shema Yisrael, it says it twice, Tefillin. And it says it twice, mezuzah. And it says it twice, Torah. That's twice Torah. Also, and so if you look at the first paragraph, it's itkesh. It's right next to each other, tefillin and Torah. What about the second paragraph? וקשתם אותם לאות עידכם והיו לתורתם פחות בין עיניכם ולימדתם אותם. Again, the Torah is right after the tefillin. And then comes the mezuzah. So the Torah is in the middle. And so the Gemara is saying, hold on, look at the second paragraph. You have v'limadtem otam, that's Torah, et benechem ledaber bam, and then you have ukshatam not yadecha, Torah tefillin, right next to each other. And then you have mezuzah after. And so we only, since it had Torah and tefillin are next to each other in the beginning in ve'ahavta, and also in the ve'ayim shamoah, that takes precedence over the other one, which is mezuzah and tefillin. Makes sense? And so therefore, this is how we know women are exempt from all. So if someone tells you, hey, why do women not have to do the mitzvot? The answer is, you know why? Because if you read Shema Yisrael, it says, those who have to learn Torah have to put tefillin. Not only that, you can say, those who have the mitzvah to learn Torah of Shema Yisrael, this actual paragraph, this is what's in the tefillin, and this is what's in the mezuzah. These scrolls of Shema is what's in the mezuzah. And so those who have the mitzvah to learn this Torah, that goes on their arms and that goes on their houses. But the women, you can put it on the houses, but not on the arms.
So women have to say Shema Yisrael?
Good question. Let's do it. We're going to do it in 1 minute. Okay, good. And so the Gemara says, this is Gemara Kiddushin. I wanted to give you this Gemara to give you the intro of how you even know this rule is a rule, because don't take my word for it. Women are exempt from Sukkah and from Lulav and all these things because of this reason. Okay, next. Now we can turn to Masechet Berachot. We're on the bottom of Chaf.
Sukkah.
Not, I know, Sukkah, first night. I knew someone was losing. I was waiting for someone to come in. Lulav and all the mitzvot.
We were late, still late.
I was like, oh, nobody's doing that. Okay, nobody's doing it. Okay, let's do Berachot. Next page, second page of the pamphlet. Berachot, this is really what we're learning now. Daf Chaf Amun Aleph on the bottom, page 20. All the way on the bottom, Mishnah. Mishnah says, Nashim va'abadim uktarim. Women and slaves and children, piturin mikriyat shema, are patur from kriyat shema. That was your question. Women don't have to say kriyat shema. We have a mitzvah in the morning, b'shivtecha b'vetecha, u'b'shoktecha u'b'kumecha. When you go to sleep, you say shema. In the evening, when you wake up, you say shema. This is on us. This is probably the only mitzvah aseh from the Torah, besides the tefillin maybe, that you're doing every single day, that you have to do every single day. Alamita also is at the end. That's separate. That was this question. It's for protection for the dreams and all this. It's good also. You should say it. But the oraita, if you didn't do it before, if you didn't do it that evening, that's the oraita. This is what he was arguing with me last week.
After marriage.
I know. If you daven Ma'ariv, no. If you daven Ma'ariv early, before nighttime, then your Kriyat Shema Shalom Mitah on time. No, the Kriyat Shema Shalom Mitah is not a chiyuv deoraita. No, it's a wonderful thing to say. It's a good thing to say.
Actually, what age is the ketanim?
Good question. We're gonna get there in 1 minute. You're asking a $1 million question. This is you're hitting the nail right on the head. We'll get there in 1 second. And so, therefore, women and children don't have to say Shema Yisrael. That's what the Mishnah says. What age children? TBD, to be determined. Let's see.
Yeah, but there is a gear of chinuch.
Let's see. And so let's finish the Mishnah. Nashim, that's another question. Nashim va'abadim uktanim piturim mikriyat shema. This is the last line of Chaf. And then we turn for a second to the next page. Umina tefillin. Women don't have to wear tefillin, and children don't wear tefillin. V'hayavin betfilah. David, v'hayavin betfilah. They have to pray. Amidah, they have to pray tefillah. Ube mezuzah, and they have to do mezuzah. Ube birkat hamazon, and they have to do birkat hamazon. Yeah. Let's just take the Mishnah. We're going to go into it. This is what the Mishnah says. Let's go back into the first beginning of the Mishnah. Chaf Amun Aleph, the second page in the pamphlet. Chaf Amun Aleph on the bottom. Rashi. Nashim va'abadim uktanim peturin mikriyat shema. They don't have to say shema. Shehi. What is this? Someone help me out. Shehi, you see the first Rashi and the Mishnah. Shehi.
What's the word?
Misvat aseh. Mem ayin misvat aseh. Okay. Shehi misvat aseh she'azman gerama. Okay, what about the next one? 10 points.
What?
Next one. V'kaim alan b'kiddushin. And we already established in kiddushin the nashim pitro medeoraita, that nashim do not have to say shema medeoraita. Utfilin nami, tefillin is also misvat aseh she'azman gerama. Tefillin is only misvat aseh that's time bound. When is the time bound? Like I told you. Yisabad laila v'shabbat lav zman tefillin yinhu. Nighttime and Shabbat are not as much tefillin. Therefore, it's a time-bound thing. Women don't have to do it. Okay, now, Liron asked, how old are the children? What do you mean? It just says children. How old? What does Ketani mean?
How come some rabbis stay with the tefillin?
They used to wear tefillin all day long.
No, nighttime.
Oh, some people do it, yeah. So,
Where they find the-
there is an old custom to do it. Most people don't do it anymore. That's a very good question. This is what I want to talk about. One of the things I want to talk about. So if you take a look at Tosafot,
The one who understands.
actually,
Who's
That's what
praying?
the Omer Shema Yisrael.
Ken, I can't, but Yoshua, listen,
No.
there's a list.
Before you. Sure.
Rabotai, you're focusing only on Kriyat Shema. There's a list. Kriyat Shema, Tefillin, and Tefillin also. What age they start Tefillin?
What is the 8?
But we guess,
We'll guess it.
where are we getting these numbers from? The air, or we have? That's the question. Okay, but what age is it? Says over here, children. If it says, imagine the kid comes home, Dad, I learned in school today, children don't have to read Shema. My son reads Shema every single day. So what age is the Mishnah talking about? So this
Child that understands.
so believe it or not, so you're saying this Mishnah is only talking about little children. This, believe it or not, this
Agreed.
Listen, זה remind me something,
Zimun.
אתה עושה ברכת המזון.
Zimun.
Same thing, zimun.
Very good.
It's the same, I have this problem.
When they know.
Every Shabbat בבית.
Yeah, when they know, they know.
My both son understand exactly. And some I had a guess, it's like you cannot do zimun.
No, you need two adults.
You need two adults there. One is in the.
Believe it or not,
We're saying to Hashem for the food, the 9 and 12, you know?
listen to this. Believe it or not, this is a massive mahloket. Liron, check it out. Mordechai, like you said, this is a mahloket. Liron, listen, he's going on. It's a mahloket. What age are we talking about in the Mishnah? So you're saying it's talking about little children. Rashi says, look at the Rashi, the bottom Rashi. The bottom Rashi. Liron, look at the bottom Rashi. Ketanim. Ketanim don't have to do Shema. Rashi says, Afilu katan shiagil lechinuch. Even a katan that's chinuch age doesn't have to do Shema Yisrael.
What's a chinuch?
9, 10, 11 chinuch age. So what are we doing in yeshiva? Why are we paying so much money for you?
You understand?
Rashi says, Afilu katan shiagil lechinuch lo hitilo alabiv lechanecho b'kriyat Shema. Rashi, it's an unbelievable Rashi. What are we doing here? Listen to this Rashi. It's unbelievable Rashi. Uncle Jack, you got the Rashi? Rashi says, even a 12-year-old kid like mine, almost bar mitzvah, I don't have to make him do Shema. Just go play games. She said, unbelievable. Look at Tosafot.
But then at that age,
Well, okay, this is Rashi. What about this? Yeah, I don't understand. זה רק רש"י.
at that
יש
age,
חוץ מרש"י עוד.
kids
He knows exactly what's going on.
לא מעניין.
Let's see Tosafot. Tosafot. I made it red for you. Uktanim peturim mikriyat Shema. Tosafot says, Piresh hakuntiros. Rashi says, Katan shiagil lechinuch. Even a katan that's chinuch age doesn't have to do Shema. Velo nehira. Does not make sense. No way. No way. And if you fast forward to the line I underline, when in El Rabbeinu Tam, it seems to Rabbeinu Tam is always in Tosafot. The mighty we are talking about in this Mishnah, Bekatan Shelo Higia Lechinuch. Our Mishnah is not talking about a 12-year-old kid. It's talking about a 4-year-old kid. But unbelievably, unbelievable. Rashi says, mashma for Rashi, don't make him do it.
But today, if a 4-year-old kid understands, no, then maybe he's chayav in chinuch. He's chayav in chinuch.
So Safo, huh? That's one of the questions they ask. Mamash is one of the proofs they bring. Hazak. This is one of the reasons they argue. This is Bidiyuk. Your Zimun question is one of the reasons they argue on Rashi. Rashi, I'm sorry. This Mishnah is not talking about old kids. It's talking about young kids. But hold on. What about tefillin? You don't have to teach a kid tefillin. According to Rashi, we're talking about old kids. So according to Rashi, when do you start tefillin? And according to Tosafot, when do you start tefillin? So let's see. How do you know? How do we know? 2, 6, 3. How do we know what we're doing? Heke, or we have Misora? Let's see to the Rashi. Next page. Umina tefillin. Children don't have to wear tefillin. Rashi. Umina tefillin. Why do children not wear tefillin? Why not? Mishum distam katan. Rashi says, Ena yodea lishmor gufo. A minor doesn't know how to watch his body. What's going to happen? Shelo yafiach bahem. He's going to pass gas. You're not allowed to pass gas in tefillin. If you have to pass gas in tefillin, you want to take your rosh off, or at least put your hand under the rosh and separate the rosh. You don't. With the yad, it's less, but with the rosh, no. Okay. So that she's saying we can't trust the kid. He doesn't know how to take care of his body, hygiene, and so therefore we're not too risky. Okay, very good.
But we're not saying beracha.
Even tefillin stam, wearing tefillin stam.
No, I understand.
Where are you? Hey, you're skipping. Hey, don't skip, Yoshua. Yoshua, מאיפה מצאת גמרא סוכה? גמרא סוכה, מאיפה מצאת את זה? It's all מסודר for you.
איזה מסכת למדתם פעם שעברה?
מישהו עשה את זה.
איזה מסכת למדתם פעם שעברה?
שעברה? לא, we learned מסכת מנחות.
למה כל זמן למה לא הולכים על מסכת אחד?
כן, כי זה זמן. Hold on, Yoshua. Hold on. He's reading this. He happens to find sukkah. Oh, hey, sukkah argues the sukkah. Hey, where did sukkah come from? Someone stapled it there for you. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put it there for a second. Let's see. Okay, let's finish. Let's do Tosafot. Tosafot says betfilah. Let's see Rashi actually. Rashi says v'hayabin betfilah, and the kids have to pray though. The kids. Rashi says why? Tefillah rahamihi, because tefillah is asking Hashem for mercy. Umidrabananhi, and prayer is rabbinic. You got this, Yoshua? Hold on. Yoshua, שמעת את זה. תפילה, זאת אומרת, שחרית, עמידה, מדרבנן היא. תפילה מדרבנן היא, נכון? Oh! David, you got it? You agree, Yoshua? מסכים? מדרבנן? תפילה מדרבנן? החיוב להתפלל. זה מדרבנן או מדרבנן? I'm asking you. I'm just asking you. Tefillah. Is it hayum deora? If my son doesn't want to get out of bed, I say, hey, get out of bed. Kriyat Shema, mitzvah deorata, nachon? Tefillah, mitzvah. Really? Rashi says mitzvah. You with Rashi? Rashi says tefillah rahami. You agree, Mordechai? Is the midrabanan? You agree? Tefillah is midrabanan. What do you say? Is min Torah? Let's see.
No, can't be min Torah. Otherwise, the woman wouldn't be. I have to pray once a day.
Ezra, tefillah midrabanan midoraita. Min Torah?
No.
Min Torah? Drabanan? Everyone except for Ezra is midrabanan. Tefillah midrabanan or deoraita? Drabanan, Uncle Jack. Tefillah deoraita. Okay, Ezra and you. That's a great question. Let's see.
פעם שבת שחרית, צריכה לתת מנחה.
כן. Great question. But the question is, oh, okay, let's see.
מה הם עושים בזמן שבית המקדש קיים?
The korbanot. Okay, we got it. We got the vote. Which team are you on? Okay, we have three deoraita.
מקס, עם בית המקדש we didn't have תפילות.
Incorrect. Not true. That's a false.
לא,
Not true.
תפילות, זה 18.
It's not. Shemona Esre.
18 we didn't have.
We had tefillah. Well, we had tefillah.
who prepared the 18 לרמדאן?
Kiddush the Gadua.
Okay.
Oh, we had tefillah. Okay, sliha. Let's wait. Let's wrap up, guys. Let's wrap up. So Zafot says, Rashi says, again, one more time, Hayabin betfilah, women have to pray. Why? Because it's Rabbanan. If it was Mideoraita, they wouldn't have to pray. They have to pray, Rashi says, because the tefillah rahamihi udrabananhi, because it's Rabbanan, therefore they must do it. Umidrabananhi v'tiknua after nashim. And the rabbis, when they said this rabbinic law, you have to pray, they said, even you women, and even you kids, everyone has to pray. But if it was from the Torah, it seems like women would not have to pray.
Right.
Tosafot says, Rashi, okay. Let's do 2 lines Gemara. I'm going to show you this mahloket. The Gemara says, Kriyat Shema. They don't have to do Kriyat Shema. Peshita. Obviously, they don't have to do Kriyat Shema. Why should they? Mispata Seshes Mangeramahi. What's the Hidush? The Gemara says, No, you might say, even though it's a Mangerama, still you have to accept upon yourself all Machut Shamayim. Shamayim Sel Shem Kashem Ahad. Even that you have to do. Kamash Malan. No, they don't even have to do that. Nothing. That's the Hidush to the Mishnah.
Shema said them at Torah.
لأناشيم. Next part, uminha tefillin. Women are patur from tefillin. Peshita, obviously. Why? What's the hidush? No, ma'odetema. You would have said, ho'il v'itkesh lemezuzah. Maybe you should compare it to mezuzah, like the other Gemara we had. Kamash Malan, don't compare it to mezuzah. Compare it to Talmud Torah, and therefore women don't put tefillin. Next one. The hayabin betfilah, women must pray. Gemara says, "Derahamininu," because it's for mercy, like Rashi says. Let's see.
One second.
Let's see. Derahamininu, because it's asking for mercy. Mahu detema, you would have said, "Hoil v'chativ ba erev v'boker v'saoraim." Finish the pasuk Yoshua. Erev v'boker v'saoraim. Asiha ve.
Because
There you go.
דברים חייבים בגלל כנגד הקורבנות.
Korbanot. Okay, I got you. I got that.
Wait, let's.
Yes. Hold on. Very good. Mao de Tema, you would have thought it says I pray to you evening and morning and afternoon, which shows, hey, there's times for tefillah, there's times for tefillah. Answer is no, kamash malan, no, that they still have to pray. Okay. Now, Rashi. Tefillah rahamininu. Tefillah is mercy. V'lo garas peshita dehalav deoraita. Rashi says, take out the rest of the part of the Gemara. Peshita. Ma'o detema erev v'gasaoraim. Take that whole thing out, Rashi says. Just say, rahamininu. Women have to ask for mercy, just like men have to ask for mercy.
You must have mercy on yourself.
You must ask for mercy. Hold on.
Have mercy on yourself.
Hold on. Tosafot. Rahamininu. It's mercy. Rashi lo garisle. Rashi doesn't say the whole rest of the thing. Just he says rahamininu. Share tefillah derbanani, because he holds tefillah is rabbinic. Now, let's see some halakha l'ma'aseh, and I'm going to show you how it's much bigger mahloket than you thought. First halakha l'ma'aseh is Shulchan Aruch.
What, talking about the writer?
Everything's mahloket. Shulchan Aruch, halachot tefillin. Maran Shulchan Aruch writes, Katan hayodea lishmor tif. By the way, Yoshua, he said, he skipped to the last page. You know what it says in the last page? That's the last page says real quick.
The Katan understands.
This is from Sukkah, Ken. The last page of Sukkah says, I'm going to read it for you. Katan hayodea lena'anea. This is the last page of the pamphlet. A katan denotes sheshik lulav, sheshik lulav. Tanu Rabbanan, the rabbis taught. Katan hayodea lena'anea hayav bilulav. If he knows how to shake, he's got to shake lulav. Lid atef, he knows how to put the talit. Hayav b'sisit, he's got to put it on. A minor. Lishmor tefillin, if he knows how to be careful with his tefillin. Abiv lokeach lo tefillin, you got to buy him tefillin. Yodea ledaber, if he knows how to speak. Abiv lomedo Torah, you have to teach him Torah. V'kriyat Shema. Oh, Torah, mahi. Which Torah should I teach my son when he knows how to speak? Amar Rabbi Hanuna, Torah sivan al Moshe, morasha kirat Yaakov. That's the first pasuk. Kriyat Shema mahi. Which part of Shema should I teach my son when he's 5? The whole Shema? Pasuk Rishon, just the first pasuk. Yeah. Now, Lishmor Tatzmo, he knows how to watch himself. Our Rashi says what? He knows how to make sure he doesn't pass gas with tefillin. Okay? Rashi over here says, Lishmor tefillin, shelo yichnos bahen lebet hakiseh.
מעניין, פה מדבר על הקטנים, מה עם הגדולים?
For sure, Kal v'chomer.
שאפשר לברוח מבית כנסת.
Kal v'chomer. Rashi over here says, he's not going to take his tefillin to the bathroom. And so there's 2 possible reasons. What does it mean, Lishmor Tatzmo? Okay? There's 2 reasons, boys. You got it? There's 2 reasons.
He's going to wear and forget that when he goes?
Either A, he's not going to realize if you have to use the bathroom, take your tefillin off, or B, he'll pass gas. 2 possible reasons. Now let's do the halacha l'maseh. Katan Maran Shulchan Aruch, Rabotai. Maran Shulchan Aruch, Yoshua. Katan hayodea lishmor tefillin betahara. Listen to the words of Maran. I always tell you guys, once you learn the Gemara and you learn the halakha, you see he's using the exact words of the Gemara.
Which Katan?
Katan hayodea lishmor tefillin betahara. A katan that knows how to be holy and pure with his tefillin. Shelo yishan, he will not sleep with his tefillin. V'shelo yafiach bahem, and we will not pass gas. He doesn't say the bathroom. Hagah, the Rama adds on, Rav Moshe Isserlis. V'shelo yikanes be'en bet hakiseh. Also, don't forget about the bathroom. That's the Rama. Maran Shulchan Aruch chose ours, passing gas. Rama chooses the bathroom. Hayav abiv liknot lo tefillin lechanecho. The father has to buy him tefillin. What age? It seems from here, the age when he knows how to go to the bathroom properly and keep himself clean. Lechanecho. For hinuch, you have to buy him tefillin. Liknot lo tefillin, yeah? About 10 years old. What is this, 9 years old? How come nobody's doing this? How old? How young is this? Huh?
Listen,
Because the mahloket whether he should.
today is not the same like,
Listen to this. Listen to
But
this.
it's the mahloket
Mishnah Be'urah says.
You are on the child.
Mishnah Be'urah says. Listen. Mishnah Be'urah says. The Rama says. The Rama adds on. This is Ashkenaz, guys. The Yesh Omrim. Some people say the Hay Katan. When he says Katan, he's talking about Ben Yod Gimel Shanim, Bar Mitzvah. Rama. Rama says, hey, don't buy the 12-year-olds tefillin. Bar Mitzvah tefillin. Yod Gimel Shanim. V'chen nahagu. And this is the custom. Ve'en l'shanot. Don't change the custom. This is Ashkenaz
How
custom.
can he say that?
Ashkenaz custom.
But how can he say 13?
It's a whole lumdus. I don't want to go into it. We're going to do everything.
We do his own.
Mishnah Be'urah.
No.
Mishnah Be'urah is written by who? Yoshua. We could have it in Mishnah Be'urah. Chafetz Chaim? No. Mishnah Be'urah is Chafetz Chaim. Ashkenazi. He says, Ve'achshav nahagu, and now the custom is to le'aniach shenaim or shelosha chodashim kodem hazman. 2 or 3 months before Bar Mitzvah. This is Ashkenaz custom. Chafetz Chaim is writing this. Okay. That's Chafetz Chaim. Let's see what the Esfaradi said. Rambam. We'll start with the Rambam. Rambam says, tefillin. He doesn't give an age, Rambam. It's very simple. He says, Katan sheodea lishmor tefilav. Abiv lokeach lo tefillin kedei lachanecho b'mitzvot. He doesn't give an age. Rambam doesn't say 2-3 months. When he knows how to be clean in the bathroom. Okay. With beracha, betach. Ze chinuch, with beracha. Ze chinuch. Okay. Kafa Haim. Kafa Haim Sofer says this. Rambam says, Lishmor Hayavim. He doesn't give an age. If he knows how to. So maybe he was right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kafa Haim says, listen to this.
No, but you have to be careful because when he has it in the shul,
Hold on.
he
You
may
have to
be
just
counted as a
listen,
minyan.
tell the people. Kafa Haim is what? Sfaradi or Ashkenazi? Kafa Haim, Iraqi. Ken, Sfaradi. He says over here,
Yeah, I studied in the yeshiva Kafa Haim.
ואף על פי שהרב בעל המפה והלבוש כתבו, the Lebush writes, Yair, pay attention, the Lebush writes, שנהגו כסברת בעל העיטור ואין לשנות, אנו אין לנו אלא כדברי הרב בית יוסף, שסובר קטן ממש, בן ט', בן 10 שנים, 9 or 10 years old, should put tefillin. This is what the Kafa Haim writes. אולם המגן אברהם, אשכנז, כתב, דעכשיו נהגו להניח בית או ג' חודשים, קודם הזמן, 3 or 4 months, 2 or 3 months. We see clearly so far, Ashkenazim, 2 or 3 months, and the Sfaradim. What does the Chavadia say? Ashkenazim say 2 or 3 months. Kafa Haim says 9 or 10 years old.
2 or 3 years old. No.
Chavadia.
3 years before. 2 months before.
No.
Kafa Haim says years. Kafa Haim says 9 or 10 years old. Acham Ovadia Yosef alav shalom katan shiagia lechinuch ve'adayin lo shalamu lo gimoshalim. He's not bar mitzvah. Im yodea lishmor atzmo, if he knows how to be clean, betahara uv'nkiyut gufo v'u'methanech betalmud b'musad. He's a good yeshiva boy. Mitzvah v'chobah alaviv. It's an obligation on his father. Lechanecho b'mitzvah tefillin shana or shenatayim. The fnei sheyeh bar mitzvah, a year or 2.
Almost like Kafa Haim.
But Yosef, holds that it's on the father chinuch and not on the child.
It's a separate case.
Well,
My father-in-law.
That's what he's saying.
This is a massive mahloket. My
That's what
father-in-law.
he's saying there.
Hold on. My father-in-law.
It's on the father.
That's the pshat. That's the pshat. There's a mahloket. I don't want to go into it. There's a whole mahloket whether chinuch is a mitzvah on the kid or it's a mitzvah on the father. It makes more sense it's on the father. In my opinion, it's a massive mahloket. Some people say chinuch is a mitzvah on the kid. It's a whole thing. Okay. He goes, v'gam rashai lebarech alehen. And he even makes a berachah on the tefillin.
They all say the same.
כדין כל המצוות שמברכים עליהם, או בלעשייתם. כי חנוך לנער על פי דרכו, גם כי יזקין לא יעשו ממנה, וכן מנהג הספרדים, ובני עדות המזרח בארץ ישראל. וגם אצל אשכנזים, even if the אשכנזים נוהגים, שאם הילד יתום, if he's an orphan, מחניכים אותו במצוות תפילין, חודש ימים או יותר לפני שיהיה במצווה, a month before.
Only in Israel he's talking about.
ובכל זה, he's in Israel.
I'm saying, but he wrote in Israel, not חוץ לארץ.
This is the custom. ובכל זה, יש להזהיר את הציבור, make sure everybody knows, בית הכנסת, the יצרפוהו למניין. You can't count it for minyan. However, he should do it. He should wear tefillin a year or 2 before. Like Yair. Look how happy he is. Look how happy Yair is. One more thing.
But it's a really problem. It's really a problem. It's in true, they might count him as a minyan.
Tell the gabbai he's not bar mitzvah.
No.
Okay. So this is now. Now Rashi. Now think back. Rabotai. Yes. What?
Once you start,
It's only chinuch. No. So now if you think back at the Mishnah we had and the mahloket Rashi and Tosafot, Rashi says we're talking about even an older kid. That doesn't make sense. Rashi was French. Does it make sense? Rashi is older. The Ashkenaz one maybe. There's no chinuch tefillin. But if you hold like Tosafot says no. This Mishnah is saying a young little kid doesn't put tefillin, but an older kid put tefillin. It makes more sense like the Separadim. The Tosafot makes more sense for us and Rashi for the Ashkenazim. I want to do one more thing before we go.
The boy is very smart, understand everything.
Yeah.
Very, very sharp and smart, but he doesn't want to do it.
You can't force him to do it.
But the Lekha says,
You never force. Listen, I'll tell you something. If he doesn't want to do it, he's not ready. That means he's not ready. Chinuch age. If he doesn't want to do it, he's immature. No, he's immature. He's not. He may be physically ready. He's not emotionally ready. He's not ready for the mitzvot. He's not emotionally ready. Okay, now last thing before we wrap it up, guys. Women with tefillah. Women and tefillah. Pay attention, guys, because we're running out of time. Women with tefillah, Rambam. Rambam says, Mitzvat aseh. Now, don't change teams. Everyone besides for Ezra and Liron and Uncle Jack, don't change teams. You said it's all midrabanan. Says Rambam. Mitzvat aseh lehitpalel bechol yom. It's a mitzvah from the Torah to pray every single day. Shene'emar, Yeshua says, איפה כתוב את זה? Shene'emar, va'abatem et Hashem melokechem. You have to serve Hashem. Is it avodah? Avodah shebelev, it's tefillah. So tefillah, he's looking at me like I'm crazy. Rambam
telling me it's from the So you're telling me it's from the Torah?
According to Rambam.
Oh, according to Rambam.
Rambam is a very important person.
There are other ways.
Oh, wait.
You're allowed to work in Shabbat.
What?
You're allowed to.
Listen to the rabbi. Listen to Rambam. Listen to Rambam. Mitzvat aseh litpalel. Mipi hashemua lamdu. We learned from the rabbis. She'avodah zu hi tefillah. Avodah means tefillah. Shene'emad ulovdo bechol levavchem bechol nafshechem.
The ladies don't have to pray them.
Amru hachamim ezo hi avodah shebelev. Ze tefillah. And so when it says you have to serve Hashem, va'abatem, you have to pray. Ve'en minyan ha-tefilot min ha-Torah. 3 tefillot a day, that's not from the Torah. The Torah just says pray. Pray. It doesn't say how many times you should pray.
Well, what to pray?
What to pray? No, pray.
When?
And when? Ve'en mishneh ha-tefillah azot min ha-Torah. The text of the tefillah is not from the Torah. It's from the rabbis. Ve'en l'tefillah zeman kabua min ha-Torah. Ve'en l'tefillah zeman kabua. According to the Rambam, that tefillah is not 3 times a day from the Torah. It's any time you want. Hold on. Then it's as mitzvat aseh shelo azman gerama. It's not time bound. You can pray from the Torah anytime you want, and therefore women have to pray.
Because it's not.
But day.
Biblically from the
Day,
Torah.
but day, not night.
Not like it doesn't say anywhere. It doesn't say anywhere in the Torah when you have to pray.
Every single prayer is man.
Now, because of the rabbis made times, but from a Torah perspective, a woman has to pray and you have to pray. Not like Rashi, that's saying it's the Hamini who we have to pray because it's rabbinic. You have to ask for mercy, and therefore it's midrabanan, and the women don't have. No, it's midoraita. Okay. So very good. So everyone wants to know, what does it mean? The truth is, we should really learn this Gemara. It's Gemara berachot, where we say shahrit, menha, arabit is connected to tamidin and musafin. We should do this. We'll do it. Bli neder. A couple of weeks we'll do it. Hold on. We're getting everywhere. We are getting everywhere. Rohi. Mesechet berachot. Ezra, next week. Ezra, next week. He's feeling confident because he was right about the Deoraita. Listen to this. 2 more minutes. You know, Rambam, he wrote Sefer HaMitzvot. Yesh Sefer HaMitzvot Rambam. Ken. Yesh Sefer HaMitzvot. Ken. Rambam wrote the mitzvot. Mitzvah number 5. Rambam wrote, how many mitzvot are there? 613. How do you know? Check this out. Introduction. The introduction to the Rambam Sefer HaMitzvot. You know he writes the introduction? He writes here, listen to this. Kol HaMitzvot asher natan lanu ha'el yit'aleh hem taryag mitzvot. Hashem gave us 613. Mehen mitzvot aseh ramah, 248 positive. Mispad Ebare Ha'adam, like your limbs. Omehem Misvot Lo Ta'aseh, Shasa, 365. Mispad Yemei HaShana, Hashemshit, the sun, the solar year. וזה המספר נזכר בתלמוד בסוף גמרא מכות. It says this, אמרו, תרי"ג מצוות נאמרו לו למשה בסיני. It says 613. שעשה כנגד ימות החמה, רמח כנגד איבריו של אדם. ואמרו גם כן על דרך הדרש, כי היות מצוות עשה מספר כל האיברים, מצוות עשה, 248, for your 248 limbs, כלומר, as if to say, כל עבד ועבד אומר לו, עשה בי מצווה. Every one of your limbs is saying, hey, do a mitzvah with me. V'hayot mitzvah lo ta'aseh, mitzvah yemei hashana, 365, lo ta'aseh. Don't do is for the sun. Kilomar, kol yom vayom omer lo le'adam, al ta'aseh bi'avera. Every day he's saying, hey guys, don't sin on me. Now this is what he says. Misparam, the 613 count. Nishtabeshu bo shibush gadol. Everyone gets all mixed up. And how to count the 613. I was talking to you about this in Shavuot. No one knows how to count the 613. Everyone has a different count. But everyone agrees you have to get the 613. Okay? This is how you know 613. Now, mitzvah number 5 from the Rambam. Hashem commanded us to Ovdo, to serve him. נכפל זה הציווי פעמים באומרו ועבדתם את השם אלוקיכם ואמר באותו תעבודו, you have to serve Hashem. ואף על פי שזה הציווי גם כן מהציוויים הכלליים, he says, יש בו ייחוד, ולשון ספרי ולעובדו זו תפילה. To serve Hashem is prayer. This is a mitzvah min ha-Torah to pray. The Ramban Nachmanides, Ramban writes, I disagree. שכבד בארו חכמים מגמרא תפילה דרבנן, כמו שאמרו בפרק ג' דברachot. Ramban says, no, we say in Masechet Berachot, tefillah is midrabanan. Look at Rashi. And so I don't agree with you. And he says, Ela vadai, kol inyan tefillah enho baklal. It's only to pray. Abal hu mimidat chesed haboreit barach alenu. Prayer is only because Hashem wants to be kind. Sheshomea ve'oneh bechol kor'enu elav, that he listens to us. Ve'ikar hakatuv ulovdo bechol levavchem, like Yaniv was saying, the pasuk, to serve him, it could be any way to serve him. Mitzvat aseh shetiyeh kol avodatenu la'eli barach. It means just serve him, doesn't mean pray. Okay. And so therefore we have a mahloket, Rambam and Ramban. We have another mitzvah. Another time Ramban says mitzvah tet zayin. No, let's skip the mitzvah tet zayin. Okay. So we have a mahloket. So Ramban said, Rambam holds it's mitzvah minat Torah, and therefore women have to pray because it's not zman gerama. Okay. Shulchan Aruch, and then we'll wrap up. Shulchan Aruch 106. Shulchan Aruch says, Nashim ve'abadim she'af al pi shepeturim mikriyat shema hayavim betfilah. They have to pray. Mepnei shehim misvat aseh shelo hazman gerama. Rambam, not enough for you. How about Maran Shulchan Aruch?
So it says tefillah.
Maran Shulchan Aruch says it's a misvat aseh shelo hazman gerama. Black on white.
Not on the 3 tefillah.
No, one time a day.
One time.
So therefore, clearly, according to Maran Shulchan Aruch and the Rambam and the Rif, by the way, all Sfaradim, they hold mitzvah of prayer is mideoraita, one time a day. Okay. Magen Avraham says, if you say
Only one time.
one time a day, Magen Avraham says, listen to the Mishnah Be'urah.
And the rest is from the Rabbanan.
Mishnah Be'urah says, he quotes the Magen Avraham. Magen Avraham says, Ashkenaz women, this is what he says, Ashkenaz women, the custom is they don't pray. Amidah. I'm not talking about America, in Europe. Why? Because if what Maran Shulchan Aruch is saying is true, you have to pray one time a day, and not shacharit miharbi, whatever you want. Then when they wake up, they say, hey, Elokai, neshama shatati bi teorah, finished, halas. They just did the mitzvah aseh. Or they look up in the shamayim when you're driving crazy and say, Hashem, help me with this guy. You just fulfilled your mitzvah of praying minat Torah. Or if you do it when you go home tonight and you say, Hashem Yishmor, hey, congratulations, you just did tefillah mideoraita. It doesn't say what to do. And so therefore, Magen Avraham says, you don't have to pray the whole Amidah. However, Mishnah Berurah says, if you're an Ashkenaz girl and your hiyuv to pray is midrabanan, the same Rabbanan that said you have to pray 3 times a day, you should pray 3 times a day. It's going to be harder on you because it's midrabanan. If it's mideoraita, then you can say, hey, I'm doing the mideoraita thing. Leave me alone with the rabbis. The women can say, I'm doing the biblical thing. Torah said pray once a day, I'm praying once a day. The rabbi said shahid habit. I'm not doing a rabbinical thing. But if you hold that the women only have to pray because it's the Rabbanan, the same Rabbanan said pray 3 times a day. And so if you're an Ashkenaz woman, you should pray 3 times a day. If you're a Sephardi woman, you have a lot more to rely on not to pray 3 times a day. Because it's mideoraita, it's easier. Okay? Last thing.
So it depends on how you hold, whether you hold that it's from the Rabbanan or from...
Now, Hacham Vadia says, this mahloket between the Ramban and the Ramban and the Rif and Marash Ma'aruch actually is how you read our Gemara that we read tonight. If you read our Gemara, Derahamin ninhu, like Rashi says. Our Gemara says, women have to pray, Rashi, Derahamin ninhu. It's mercy. Then you hold like the Ashkenazim. But if, Hacham says, but at the Sephardi text of the Gemara, the Rif's Gemara and the Rambam's Gemara didn't have these words, Derahamin ninhu. We're not praying because it's mercy. We're praying because you have to pray. And so this whole mahloket is how you have the Girsa and the Gemara. If you take away the words Rahamin ninhu, that's the Rambam's version. Says Hacham Vadia, he found one of the Sephardim that says they found the old Kitab Yad of Gemara without the words Rahamin ninhu, the Sephardi way, proving that it's Minat Torah. Okay, fine. One last halakha and we'll call it a day. One last halakha for everybody. Halakha ma'aseh from Hacham Vadia says as follows. Katav Rambam. Rambam writes, Misvat aseh litpalel b'chol yom. It's a positive commandment from the Torah. Shneimar va'abatem et Hashem elkechem. And Pi Hashem amdu she'avodah zu tefillah, ezer avodah shebelem ze tefillah. Ve'en minyan tefillah min haTorah, ve'en letefillah zeman kabua min haTorah. Lefichach nashim va'abadim hayavim betefillah. They have to pray once a day. Lefichach Misvat aseh shelo azman gerama. Umekor debarav. Where is this from? Mishnah berachot, page 20. Our Gemara that we just learned. Umikom ashbom en hanashim hayavot min adin litpalel shalosh tefillot. They don't have to pray 3 tefillot if you're a Sephardi girl. El hayavot rak betfilah ahat bechol yom. They should pray once a day. Umatov sheitpalu tefillah shacharit. It's nice if they can pray shacharit. Matov, it's nice. They don't have to. Shleachat sheibarachu bechot hashachar. After they do the morning blessings, they should do the tefillah. If they're busy, utrudot baboket v'sorchei habayit ad she'abar zman tefillah shacharit, yipalelu mincha or arbit. They can pray whatever they want. No pressure on the Sephardi women. V'im yitzu hanashim. If they want, they yitpalel. He's good. He's good. V'im yitzu hanashim litpalel b'chol yom shalosh tefillot. If they want to be mahmid and pray all 3. You should be blessed, but you don't have to. You see this Sephardi way, it's so nice, no pressure. Now, second halakha is what you just said. Nashim piturot metefilat musafin. Nashim don't have to pray musaf. Shel rosheh hodashim shabbatot v'yamim tovim. Why? Lefi shetefilat musaf ena bakashat rahamim. It's not asking for mercy. Ela ba'a b'mkom korban musaf. What do we talk about in musaf? Korbanot. Uchmo shneimad u'shalma afarim sefatenu. V'arehi k'chol mitzvat aseh shehazman gerama she'anashim piturot.
That's Yom Kippur, I think, no?
Yom Kippur is different. Very good. U'mikom makom. If she wants to pray musaf, ela ma'chot biyadan sheyesh lehen al ma she'yismochu. They have what to rely on if they want to pray musaf. V'yesh mi she'omer she'al kol panim hayabot litpalel musaf shel Rosh Hashanah v'Yom Kippurim. Some people say they should pray musaf at Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Why? Mishum derahamin ninhu, because that is asking for stuff. It's not just korbanot. That's the lesson of the day is the wrap up of the day.
I thought he said it's better not The frame himself.
So Hakam Radia, he has a lot of different versions. Later, next week I'll bring a later version. And so the bottom line is this, we'll wrap up. We read the Gemara Kiddushin, which is the source. Again, how do you know women don't have to do Mitzvah Taseh Shel Ganema? Because it's compared to tefillin, to Torah. Then we said our Mishnah. We talked about kids today with tefillin. When should kids start wearing tefillin? According to the Ashkenazim, 2 or 3 months before. According to Sfaradim, 1 or 2 years before. Then we had women with tefillah. Women have to pray biblically according to the Rambam, Shulchan Aruch, and the Rif. But they don't have to pray 3 times a day, just once. The topic for next week is women and Birkat Hamazon.
Yep.
Right. We don't see
What?
Sephardi kids